If you are watching this video because you feel like your life has spiraled out of control and you can't seem to catch a break and you need balance in your life, I am here to help you out. I have 5 tips that are going to help you. The first thing is that you have to have self-discipline. You have to have self-respect. You need to respect yourself. And you have to do this all on your own because no one else is going to do this for you. You have to decide, this is where I change my life, here and now. And I will not have any excuses. I will not be the victim. I will not allow my life to keep spiraling out of control. I'm going to take charge and I'm going to change as of today. I'm going to build a new foundation. I'm going to build a strong foundation, and I'm going to make myself proud and my family proud, and I'm going to connect with God and change my life. Now, the second thing is you need an alibi. You need to reach out to someone who wants to see you succeed, who roots for you, who loves you, who will hold you accountable, who will call you out on your BS, who's going to say, you know what? No, you are doing this, and that. It's not helping you. You need to focus on this. They are going to basically guide you in the right direction, and they are going to call you out whenever you are BSing and not on your stuff. This could be a parent, a grandparent, someone from the church, one of your best friends that are actually on the right path, but maybe you stopped talking to them because you were headed in a different direction, and now you realize, you know what, I need this person. I know you love me, I know you respect me, and I know that you know I was headed in the wrong direction, and if you can help me, I would really appreciate it. Just check up on me every day. They need to call you. They need to know where you're at. They need to know what you're doing. They should check up on you, whether it's how's work going, how is school going, how are your grades, do you need help with homework, do you need help with work, where are you in life, right? And you want this person to be someone who is doing better than you, who maybe is a little older than you, who can guide you. Comment down below, let me know what you think about that. I really want to know your thoughts on that and how you feel and how it affects you. The third thing that you need is you need to make up your mind and let go of friendships that are not serving you. Now, I know it's hard because, oh, that's my friend, my best friend. But listen, you know deep down inside whether or not that friend is good for you. Now, they could be a good friend in terms of, oh, they're always there for me and I can trust them and they don't judge me. But you have to be honest with yourself. Are you just comfortable because they're not judging you, because maybe secretly they are a little lower than you and you feel better about yourself? You feel better about yourself around this person because they are not smarter than you. They are not going further in life than you. And I know this sounds kind of harsh, but there's those people that you want to be around because you feel better about yourself, but you're doing yourself a disservice. And you want to be around people that are smarter than you, that have more going on than you, that you can learn from. Maybe you are that person that this friend is learning from and that you're smarter than, but you're not helping them if you aren't staying at that level, right? If you're stooping down and maybe dumbing yourself down and maybe not going after things that you normally would go after because they aren't into those things and they aren't go-getters and they aren't, maybe they're insecure. So then you bring yourself down to that insecurity level. There's so many different things that can hold you back when you are around the wrong group of people, around the wrong group of friends. And it sounds like it's something that's mean because you're leaving them behind, but it's something that you have to do for yourself. You have to look out for yourself. If you know that there is no growing and nothing good is going to come from these relationships, you can still be their friend. You can still talk to them, answer their calls, go out with them here and there, but sometimes that will not work out, because once you're on that level and you get a new group of friends, or you let go of friends and you're just focused on yourself, and then along the way you'll find new friends, you'll make new friends, you naturally tend to never really see them again because they're not really on that wavelength, right? They're not on that vibrational level. And you level up and it's like you're leveling up, right? So it's hard because they want to pull you down and push you down. And unless you let go, you're going to stay there. You're not going to be able to bring them up with you unless they want to. They want to come up, right? And that's kind of the situation you're in, right? You are probably on a lower level, lower vibration, staying with these friends over here. And then you have friends that have let go of you, that they went on their path and they kind of stopped talking to you and hanging out with you and all that. Why? Because they can't let you drag them down, right? And you're kind of like, I never see them anymore. They don't call me anymore. They're in town and that we don't really hang out. Well, why do you think? Because they're like, they're on that bull. No, I'm over here on this. I want something better for myself, and I'm working towards that. And I'm hanging out with people who are on a higher level, and I'm hanging out with people who want more, right? So that's kind of the mentality that you have to have. And I feel like this is a big deal. I feel like it's a big reason why you are where you are and why you're stuck where you're stuck. And unless you're ready to let go of those toxic friendships and relationships, it could be a boyfriend too, it could be a girlfriend. Unless you're ready to let go, they're going to keep dragging you down. And I'm not trying to make an excuse that someone is holding you down, because obviously it's you, but you need to be aware of the situation, and you have to be willing to do it for yourself and no one else. And until you're ready to accept that this is the case, you're always going to be there. Now, in a few months or maybe in a couple years, you'll look back at this video and say, oh my gosh, she was so right. The minute I let go of this friendship, the minute I stopped talking to them and I focused on myself and on being healthier, not doing drugs or drinking alcohol, connecting with God, doing things that are good for me, the minute I did that, my life changed. My life is so much better. I'm a better person. I hang around with new people. I travel the world. I have more money. I can afford things that I didn't afford before. I'm responsible. My business took off. I'm an entrepreneur. I focus on myself and my business. I make things happen. I don't make excuses. I'm not a victim, right? All these things will change, but you have to be willing to do the work, to get an alibi, to let go of old friendships, to be self-disciplined, to just take control, to have self-control, and to say, no, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do this instead, and have self-control. Why? Because you're doing it for yourself. Comment down below. Let me know what you think about that. I really want to know your thoughts on that and how you feel and how it affects you. Okay, I know this is going to be an unpopular thing, but the next thing you got to do is you have to stop drinking and doing drugs, okay? If you let drugs and alcohol take a hold of you, then you've lost the battle. Maybe not the war, but I don't know what chapter in life you are. Maybe you're young and you're experiencing and you're having fun. And I'm not saying don't have fun. I'm not saying don't experience. I'm just saying you have to have a balance, and you can't just let that take control over you. And a lot of times you might think that you're not addicted. You might think that you have control. But if you don't test yourself and say, you know what, I'm going to stop drinking or smoking or whatever it is you're doing for a month. Let's see if I can do it. Test yourself. Stop for a month, stop for 3 months, and see if you can really do it, and see how that changes your life, because it will help you in terms of health, in terms of clearing your mind, in terms of you being lazy, in terms of you being able to focus and really see through the fog, through the smoke, and see what's really happening in the world and around you. It'll be so much easier for you to be able to understand who is really your friend and who's not, because now you're not in the fog, you're not drinking, you're not doing drugs, and you're around these people that maybe are, and you're looking at them from a sober perspective, like, wait a second, okay, maybe we didn't have a real connection. Maybe we were only connected through drugs and alcohol. And that's a harsh reality sometimes. And it can be with a boyfriend, it could be with a girlfriend, it could be with your friends. You create this bond because there's drugs and alcohol involved. You need to be able to be aware of that. And next thing you know, you might be like, you know what? I don't really like them. I thought I liked these people, but I don't. Or I don't really like drinking. I did it because it was something that connected me with this person. I actually hate drinking. It was actually affecting my health. There are so many things that will come from it, but promise yourself that you're going to stop for a month at the very least. And if you can't control yourself and you have a drink in a week or two, it's because you don't have self-control and you maybe are addicted, right? So you need to ask yourself, how do I get rid of this? How do I overcome this? How do I have self-control? And start over again and keep doing it until you prove yourself that you don't need the alcohol. You don't need the drugs. You don't need that friend. You don't need this attachment that you have going on with either a person or a thing. What you need is God. Which leads me to the next thing. Give me a thumbs up if you agree with me on that, please, because it really helps my channel and I would really appreciate it. Whether or not you're religious, I'm not saying you have to be religious. You just have to connect with God. You should find God. You should join a church. You should just be spiritual. Just connect with yourself, with your inner being in whatever form that is. And I really believe that that's going to help you, guide you in the right direction. You're going to see right from wrong. You're going to see the type of relationships that you have with people who are focused on God and or spirituality or whatever it is. It's so much better than being controlled by the world and by social media and having that be your God, right? Because you live in a generation where social media is literally your God. You go to social media for everything, and it's like, this is what you're paying attention to, the world. You're being drawn to influencers and other people that are not God, that are telling you how to live, and that may not be the right way, right? So find yourself, connect with God, be spiritual, and that'll help you a ton. Now, that being said, I would like to know, what things are you planning on changing? Are you planning on changing the relationships or the drugs and alcohol or just your discipline? What is it that you plan on changing? Comment down below. I'm really curious to know. How old are you? Comment down below and let me know. I'm interested to know how old you are. And if you have any questions or comments or want any other type of videos, comment down below and I will see you in my next video. Besitos.